Coming to you from my current location, I'm Bob Rubart with the Oracle developer community, and despite some technical glitches, my guest this morning is Matt Raible. Matt, how you doing?
I'm doing excellent.
Tell me a little bit about where you work and what you do.
So I work for a company called Okta, and I like to say we do users as a software service. The acronym for that is UAS, though, so it's not a great one. More like user management as a software service. So you keep your users with us, and then we provide authentication to all the apps you might use throughout the day. So a lot of people use it internally with their companies for their employees, but we also have customer identity that allows you to actually build applications and embed Okta's authentication and then use your same users or add new ones and allow registration, stuff like that.
Okay, so you've got two sessions on the schedule for Oracle Code coming up in San Francisco in a couple of weeks here. So let's talk about those. The first one on the schedule is Microservices for the Masses with Spring Boot, Angular, and JHipster. That's a developer session on Monday the 22nd at 12:30. Why should I attend that session?
I love to talk about JHipster because for the longest time I was an independent consultant that did a lot of work with Spring Boot and Angular, and JHipster basically combines the two and makes it very easy to generate new applications and have a lot of the boilerplate automated. And so the talk is interesting because it'll probably get people that are interested in developing microservices, and it starts out with saying, don't do it. Because basically you're moving the complexity from within your app to on the network, and you got to be aware of what you're doing and why you're doing it. And then it goes into actually showing them how to build a microservices architecture with JHipster. And we just made some really neat changes in the last week where all I'm going to need to build like a full stack that has a Eureka server and a couple microservice apps and a front end written in Angular and 80% test coverage is one file. So I'm going to write this file that's like what we call JHipster domain language, right? If you're a HIP framework, then you have your own domain language. And then we run a command and it creates all the apps for us. So that'll be fun to demo.
So your second session is what the heck are OAuth and OIDC? That's also a developer session, and that one's on Thursday the 25th at 11 a.m. So what happens there?
Yeah, so I get to start off and end the conference, right? One on the first day and one on the last day. OAuth is one of those security protocols that a lot of people think is for authentication, and it's not. It's for authorization. So it gives you the ability to have someone log into your app and you use Facebook or you use Google to authorize them. But once they're authorized, the only information you have is that they're authorized. There's no user information. So OpenID Connect or OIDC is an extension on top of OAuth that gives you that user information and makes it more of a authentication and authorization protocol. So I'm going to kind of go through on how OAuth came to be and how you can use it. And it's not a code-heavy talk. It's more of just explaining the concepts. And then, it says go forth and conquer. And shows a bunch of OAuth open source servers you can use, as well as some, ones that you can use in the cloud.
Your Monday session ends at 1:15, and your Thursday session starts at 11 a.m. So between 1:15 on Monday and 11 a.m. on Thursday, what are you going to do with your time? What do you hope to take away from Oracle Code? What sessions are you looking at attending?
So I haven't looked at the calendar to carve out any specific sessions. But I have several friends in the community. I'm a Java champion, so I know a lot of the other Java champions, and I'll probably target their sessions because I've noticed in my career of going to conferences, often it's about the speaker more so than the topic. So I'll target the speakers that I really know well, and I think they'll do a good job. And then, I'll listen to Twitter and see what people are talking about and maybe go to some new ones, maybe learn about JavaFX, which I don't know a lot about, but I'm interested in, and then and go from there. And then, of course, there's all the parties and the networking.
Exactly. Is there you mentioned JavaFX, which, by the way, if you're interested in that, you should check out the sessions by Sean Phillips. He's a JavaFX expert, and he's got the coolest development job in the world. He creates applications for NASA that help to plot out trajectories for spacecraft. Anyway, that's a plug for his session. Is there a particular topic that you're looking to learn more about at this particular event? What's really top of mind for you?
Probably Java 11, and doing what I need to do to use Java 11. I am pretty much an example programmer, right? I'm a developer advocate for Okta, so I write a lot of blog posts, I write a lot of examples, and we're still using Java 8 in a lot of those, and I would love to use Java 11, especially with JHipster. JHipster, I work on that project as well, and if you're going to be hip, you should be using the latest Java release. So kind of concentrating on that, maybe doing a bit of hacking to figure out if we can actually use it in JHipster and in other projects that I work on.
All right. Well, Matt, thank you so much for your time this morning. I hope you're recuperating from your vacation. For those of you watching on YouTube, if you want more information about Matt's sessions or about anybody's sessions at Oracle Code 1, just Google Oracle Code 1. That's the easiest way to get there. And check out the session catalog. They've added the session dates and times now, so you can plot out your whole itinerary for the entire week. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned, and we'll see you at Oracle Code 1.